the empowerment stays in the community so that as we grow, as Elysian Valley evolves into the future, we have a say in that development. A little bit in Spanish now. Es un placer visitar aquí con ustedes. Gracias a todos por estar con nosotros. Primeramente, le doy gracias a mi intérprete, María del Carmen. Maria is here. La Madrid, por su asistencia ahora. Si usted necesita esta ayuda, por favor, hable con miembros de mi oficina. Anyone need translation equipment? Because we have it. Okay, and the members of my staff here, we have Gary Benjamin, who is in my planning unit. We have Marie Rumsey, who is my planning director, and Field Deputy Adam Batts for this area. And we're all here to serve and help you. I want to thank Lamas for providing the equipment, and speak up anytime if you decide you need it. I'd also like to recognize Stephen Appleton. Steve, you're out there, Steve. And the entire neighborhood council, and all of the active groups and active individuals to help get the word out about this meeting. Finally, I'd like to thank City Planning for putting together today's workshop. We have Valentina right here, we have Craig Weber, and we have Ruben. Ruben's right back there. Just a little bit about my background in Elysian Valley. First of all, I live across the river. I've lived in Glassell Park for 22 years. Back in 2002, I was the field deputy here on behalf of then council member Eric Garcetti. I've worked on lots of projects here in Elysian Valley as their deputy, and also along the Los Angeles River, including the revitalization master plan that is a 50-year plan that guides future growth of Los Angeles River, and just neighborhood issues. So what I want everyone to understand is the unique characteristics of this community are not lost on me. It's a very unique community in the city of Los Angeles in that you have so many people who live here and also work here. It has a very special, unique flavor that is unlike other communities, which is what makes Los Angeles so great. So it is my belief that as we move forward in the name of progress, there is absolutely no reason to sacrifice what is so special about all of our neighborhoods. So it's in that spirit that we're moving forward. What we'll do today is participate in the conversation about what this community will look like in a couple of years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, for a long-term vision on how we want this community to look and feel. I would personally like to see the queue conditions be modified in a way to encourage adaptive reuse of existing structures for live, work, and commercial opportunities to provide incentives for affordable housing. To preserve the affordable housing we have and find opportunities so that we can create more affordable housing so that people who know and love and live here in Elysian Valley aren't priced out of the community just because of the investment that's coming. Finally, I'd like to modify the queue conditions to shape new development moving forward. And as I mentioned, new development that we have a direct say in what gets approved and what doesn't get approved. This could be everything from lowering the allowable building height so that we don't end up with towers along the river, reducing floor area ratio, and I'm going to have the planning professionals explain exactly what that is, and limiting lot ties to prevent out-of-scale development. In other words, you have several lots that are platted so that they can't be tied together so that we can build a mass building. So those are the kind of restrictions that I would like to impose so that we can retain the character of the neighborhood. As I mentioned before, I am very, very proud, honored to represent this community. My work on the City Council is that I'm chair of Arts, Parks, Health, Aging, and the Los Angeles River. So we have a neighborhood focus. I'm also on the Neighborhoods Committee on the Los Angeles City Council. I cut my teeth on the ground activism, so when I look out at the group here, I feel like I'm also sitting in one of the chairs because over in Glassell Park, I was an activist for many, many years and still participate in things that are important to me at the local level. So just because I'm now the elected official that represents you on the city council does not mean by any measure that I've lost that same value of thinking very, very locally about where I live and work. So in that spirit, we move forward with today's session, and then this will lead to a hearing, basically, a hearing here in the community, wherein we fine-tune the few conditions that we discussed today. So we're looking for adoption by the summer of 2015, in other words, next summer. So this is a continuum of many discussions we've had, but it's becoming more formalized now, which will actually lead to planning tools that will be adopted by the whole city council. So thanks again for all your participation today in advance. Please speak up loudly and constructively, because we all want this to lead to a plan that will protect, preserve, and guide future growth here in Legion Valley. So on that, I say thank you, and let's have a great day. Thank you.